One guy took. One guy took out a knife, and I got terrified. It was whereby, I was gang raped by those three guys.
Sure.
Yeah. One after the other. Okay. I'm like, okay. Whenever they are done and everything, they left me there.
Welcome to the Safe Space Chats podcast with Madam Speaker. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self Love. If you're joining in for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. A big shout out to Send Studio, our home, and a big shout out also to Crown Lioness for dressing me up, and a big shout out to Itu Hair Studio for making sure that I look like a queen that I am. Today's episode, we have a special guest, and I want our guest to introduce himself, and then we're going to go straight into it. Hi, my brother.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Bongani Lempe, and I stay in Midrand, and and I am here with you and to share my story because I believe that people must hear this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for reaching out and actually sitting here sharing your story with us, because I do believe that, we are mothers, we are daughters, we are sisters, and having to sit with you to share with us, I do believe that it's going to help a lot. And also because this one, it's going to be leaning towards our spiritual life, or, Christianity and all that stuff. Mos, I am Zalwani. I always call my people Abazalwani.
Yes.
So I think this is really going to impact the body of Christ in a positive way. So do tell me, Hore, which part of your story actually brought you here to share with us? We're going to go all the way back, and I'm going to be asking you questions as we're going to check, or okay, here maybe I need more clarity. But which part of your story actually got you to sit with us today?
The part of my story which I want to share with you guys, it is whereby how I left the LGBTQ community
Okay.
and where I am now.
Okay.
Yes.
How long ago did you leave the LGBTQAI plus community?
I left the LGBTQ community last year,
Okay.
but for me to leave totally, the leaving, it took place in 2022.
In 2022.
Because it sometimes as like there you can just live through your mind.
Yes.
And you are no longer there anymore, and the physical living totally, it was in 2023.
Okay. Yeah, before we get into the details of you leaving, which one specifically on the alphabet gang did you fall under?
I was gay.
You were gay.
Yes.
Okay. What led to you deciding that on this day I am leaving the gay community?
Okay. Let me start here then. I felt that I am trying to fit into a place where I do not belong.
Okay.
Although that I was part of them, inside of me, whenever I would just go out, date and everything, and do add things and everything, inside of me, I would feel guilty that what are you doing? You don't belong here. And I'm like, and I kept on to to brush off in the what am I feeling inside of me?
I think when we now get to you deciding to leave and how we got here, we're still going to go into detail with that. But I just want to understand that when you now leave the gay community, do you test the waters with the women's side to say, okay, maybe now you are in a position to date a woman, or when you leave the community for now, you have left it and you have not tried dating anybody else besides a guy?
I've left it. I haven't dated any women, and I am focusing in my calling
Okay.
and where God wants me to be.
But when you look at yourself and the desires, we all have desires of
Yes.
our hearts. And also, I do believe I'm a big fan of, companionship. I believe
Yeah, yeah.
that we all deserve companionship. Would having a companion who is a woman something that you are looking into, maybe into the future, even though right now your focus is
Yeah.
just on building your spiritual life?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to have a partner, a person saying, who will be a friend, who will be a sibling to me, a person who will be there, not because of being there for being there, but who will be there no matter what.
Okay. I think we all deserve that, by the way.
Yes.
I believe there are so many people that when they discover that their kids are lesbian, gay, or any of the LGBTQ community, right? They desire for them to change one day.
Yes.
And become what you are saying you have changed to become today.
Yes.
Would you say that you being able to change yourself is a decision that you have to make with your mind? How did that work out for you? Because if somebody out there is lesbian, is gay, but they're not happy with who they are and they want to change, what would you advise them in terms of how you managed to get out of that community and be where you are today?
Okay. Now, it is a decision
Okay.
which they must take with themselves
Okay.
in a way that my sister, whereby we enter into the LGBT community in different forms.
Okay.
Now, how I entered is different for somebody out there.
Okay.
Nah, because, okay, nah, like it is possible to live in a way that to trust in God. Because I self, I did not believe that I would live one day. Because I've tried a lot of things in my own strength and I failed.
Were you trying to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
Nah. And I failed. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let me just do this. But I'm like, okay, to only if as a person you give God a chance,
Okay.
you'll see wonders.
This is so powerful because I believe that what you are sharing now is what is actually applicable in a lot of areas of our lives.
Yes.
You know.
Sometimes, example, to only if you give God a chance. As people, we are too busy, even to give God a chance to our lives. Ne? In my side, ne? I started to discover that I'm feeling this kind of way. Ne? I discovered in 2009.
Okay.
Prior to that, I was in primary where I was there molested
Okay.
by some senior guys who were in the upper grades than me. Yeah. With that, and I didn't know how to express myself and how to explain it at home what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. 2009, I had this desire of, okay, I just wish I would date the same sex and everything.
Would you say that with your experience the spirit of homosexuality was transferred to you when you had the first encounter, which is when you were molested.
Yes. Molestation for me opened a door for this.
Okay.
So, and I didn't know how to to express myself.
Okay.
Example, when in South Africa, our justice, it is our justice,
Yeah.
whereby you would go to a police station and report as a guy that, okay, this happened to me. First of all, you'll become a joke
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
Secondly, you will not get the help which you need.
Sure. Yeah, that is the truth. And I have spoken to so many people, who've been in a similar position as you, who have not gotten help even today. Just yesterday, somebody was sharing a story on our live podcast about how she was raped by her stepfather at the age of 13. She has a child with him, and justice has not been served for her. So I can only imagine with you, who does not even have a child, as a product of what has been done to you from so many years ago, how it will be so difficult for you to even prove yourself. But please just take me through, after that incident, and now you all of a sudden developing these feelings for men. How then did you carry yourself and throughout your dating life when you were dating men?
Okay. I will take you a bit back a bit.
Okay.
In 2008, December or so, I was introduced into Christianity.
Okay.
Oh, whenever I was introduced to Christianity, and bear in mind, I loved going to church. The lady who have who have what the hell led me to to Christ. She stays the following street from where I used to stay.
Okay.
The following street. The lady led me to Christ, and I am now going to church, and I'm like, okay, fine. I am now a church boy and everything.
Okay.
Fine. 2009, okay. I just started like, okay, fine. Getting more and more attracted to guys.
Okay.
But I would brush it off.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm a man. This and this. Like from 2009 and everything. So until I started dating in grade 10 or so.
Okay.
Whenever I started to date, okay, it was a completely different setup for me,
Okay.
because I know that to only if you are a guy, you must be attracted to the opposite sex.
Yes.
Ne? Okay, fine. I dated, but whenever people ask me, "Are you gay?" I said, "No, I'm not." Okay, fine. I dated and dated.
Were you dating guys by then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was dating guys by then.
Okay.
I would hide it
Okay.
because in the LGBTQ community, they have this term that they use, the straight acting guys.
Okay.
Ne? Okay, fine. I try by all means acting straight and everything, but our features were there that, okay, this one, he is under the LGBTQ community. Okay. Like, in a way that a lot was taking place. 2011, I was in grade 11, and it was whereby I started to explore.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, it is very dangerous for a person saying, I'm a to explore with something that is foreign unto them.
Yeah.
It is very dangerous. Started to explore. Here I am. I've got friends now who are gay,
Okay.
who men you can see that they are out there. They are gay and everything. Yeah, fine. Whenever started to hang up with them, and they always told me, no, man, you must be free. You must understand yourself. I'm like, this is not what I believe in. Okay, fine. There was one fateful day, né, whereby we decided to go out with my friends. I'm in grade 11 and I am still a teenager. We went to a pub and we were eating there. Bear in mind, I've never drank alcohol. But then I was going with people who are drinking alcohol.
Okay.
Fine. We went to a pub. It was nice. The music, it was bona. Okay, I'm like, okay, fine. I'm eating there. They are drinking and everything.
Yeah.
My friends disappeared on me.
Okay.
And whereby I'm like, okay, I must go home. It's midnight. Whenever it's midnight now, I'm like, okay, I must walk home. I walked home. On my way to go home and everything, an unforeseen circumstance happened. I was approached by 3 guys, and they were like, hey, I'm Aizal. I'm like, what for? They said, in my mind, I had this thing that they wanna would take something from me, mark me also. Okay, fine. They said, what do you have? I'm like, I have nothing. One guy said, to only if that you have nothing to give us, you must give us something. I'm like, which is fine. One guy took. One guy took out a knife, and I got terrified. It was whereby, I was gang raped by those 3 guys.
Sure.
Ne? One after the other, one after the other. Okay. I'm like, okay. Whenever they are done and everything, they left me there. I walked home. Whenever I got home, I kept quiet about it.
You didn't tell your parents?
No. I kept quiet about it. I bathed, then I slept. And I'm like, from that day, I decided that I will bury this. Ne?
So this is the second incident that you are burying in your life?
Yeah. And like, I will bury this. And with me, from being a person who is from a family who does not believe in homosexuality, who have a not good background and everything, it was never easy to talk things like this. And I just buried it nicely, and I just continued with life.
Would you say that the reason why it was not easy for you to be able to speak about these things, is it because there was nobody open enough in your family that you could trust with such information, or you just by looking or attempting to speak to someone in the past didn't work out? The reason why I'm asking this is because I'm putting myself in a position of a parent, right?
Yeah.
To say, I need to do some introspection to say, what is it that I can do so that I will make it easy for my children to come and speak to me whenever anything happens to them? What seemed to be so difficult when it comes to you approaching someone to open up to them?
Okay. Honestly, I like it was not easy for me to open up
Okay.
in a way that because I felt that they would not understand me.
Okay.
Ne? So I'm like, I would not open up to anybody
Yeah.
because I was like, I had this thing of trust issues.
Okay.
It is not easy to trust.
Yeah.
Ne? Fine. After that incident took place, I continued with life.
Okay, on a normal, sorry to cut you there, on a normal day where you are facing normal challenges, like maybe simple challenges, who is the person that you usually speak to?
Okay. The person who, like, on my normal days and everything,
Yes.
I've got friends and I've got sisters
Okay.
whom I've just came across and everything.
Okay.
Like, yes, I am able to open up to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So from that, I continued with life.
Okay.
And it was nice and everything. And like sometimes to bury things and say, I do not want to feel this pain anymore. Like you just put it like at the back of your mind and everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll overlook it. And I continued dating, like guys and everything, fine. In 2013 towards 2014, because I failed my grade 12
Okay.
and I'm still gay and everything. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I want to go back to school.
Okay.
I went back to school in 2013, whereby I did my grade 12 in the adult school, whereby you would share a desk with a person who is old enough to be your mom and everything. But then it was fun
Okay.
because I've learned a lot through them in class. And fine, 2014 lately, yeah, like early, I decided to go to KZN. In KZN, in my father's side.
Okay.
In KZN, I'm like, you know what? Maybe then I will come back being straight because it is in the bundus.
And
In
it's
the
even more strict that side,
yes, ne?
Yeah.
It was whereby I'm like, okay, fine. I went to KZN and now I'm acting so straight and manly and
Yes.
everything. I worked in a farm
Okay.
and the boss in the farm, the boss, was like to me, Bongani, you do not belong here
Sure.
because I just heard you like with how you talk like you have a very nice uh, mm, like aura. You speak well in English and everything. Do you have a grade 12? I'm like, yes, I do. I continued to work there. From then, in 2015 or so, I got a job and I got a job in Prestige,
Okay.
a cleaning company.
Okay.
We were doing the laundry and cleaning for a mine
Okay.
in KZN. Ne. We were cleaning all the change rooms and to and ne, and the laundry of those guys who goes to the mine and everything. Ne. We must prepare their clothes and everything.
Okay.
I was in the shift with two ladies, and I am the only guy.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. They explained that you'll be cleaning the change rooms of guys and their bathrooms. I'm like, okay, fine. And I was excited.
Okay. During that time, were you still battling or fighting these feelings towards guys, or you had put that at the back of your mind, dating and everything was not even your focus?
I was still fighting it. Yeah.
But were you, because I remember before you moved to KZN, you were saying that you were actively like dating guys,
Yes.
right? So when you moved there, was it a matter of, okay, I'm done with this life, I don't want this anymore?
Yes.
Okay. So when you get there, then you go and you start working in a mine and you are cleaning for guys.
Yes.
Okay, now you can
Yeah.
proceed.
So, okay, fine. Sometimes I would, okay, sometimes I would go there to clean and everything. Like they had the different shifts and everything.
Okay.
Okay, what happened? It was whereby I'm like, okay, I would clean and everything. Okay, one other day it happened that okay, fine. You'd enter there not having an idea if there's somebody out there also. Yeah.
Okay.
So you are like, okay, fine. I would enter there or I would see a guy bathing. I'm like, okay, those so-called feelings resumed.
Okay. So you being exposed to men in that space.
Yes,
Okay.
because there were like a lot of guys there. And
Okay.
everything. So I'm like, okay, fine. Whenever I got there, I dated one guy who worked there and everything. And it was nice and everything. Okay, I started to explore and everything. Prior to that and everything, it was whereby I would go from one church to another,
Okay.
seeking for
Deliverance.
yes.
Okay.
I would get into it in there. So fine, I dated a guy.
Okay, wait. Before you dated this guy, when you were going back and forth in the churches for deliverance, were you able to be delivered? You know, I come from a deliverance ministry, ne? And I know that there's this thing of manifestations of demons and spirits coming out
Yeah.
when people are being delivered
Yes.
from whatever spirit. Is that something that you experienced during the time when you were visiting one church to another?
Honestly, I've never manifested.
Okay.
Ne? The only thing that I did, I would go there. They will pray for me. I would be delivered. Ne? Like for 3 months. Ne?
Okay. How does that deliverance feel like for you? Is it something that you can explain to say, once I've been prayed for and I feel delivered, this is the difference that I now feel?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You feel a difference.
Okay.
No, is how I feel. Ne?
Okay.
The problem was one with me. Ne? I thought that being delivered, ne? They just pray for you, they cast demons out. Then you are free. You do not have to do any, a, like a, any other job.
Okay.
I never took it upon myself to grow in a way that I would not lie. Those pastors who conducted deliver hands on me, they were effective.
Okay.
Ne? I did not take it upon myself
Okay.
for to maintain my
Your deliverance.
Yes, because most of the cases, a person can get delivered. It is for them to maintain it
Okay.
with consecration,
Okay.
with prayer and everything,
Yes.
with believing God.
Okay.
But me, I will say, okay, fine,
I'm
I'm
delivered.
delivered, then life goes on.
Okay, this is so profound because it's so much in line with the word of God where Jesus was saying that once he drove out a spirit out of somebody, an unclean spirit,
Yeah.
right? I don't know the Bible verse and
Yeah,
everything. That spirit roams around
Yes.
and it looks for where it can sit in.
Yes.
And then after roaming around, it can come back to you to check if the place where it left, it is still open for it to come in. And if it finds it open, it comes back with 7 other spirits to
Yes.
dwell in you.
Yes.
So that's the Bible. That's not us. But
Yes.
I appreciate us being able to touch here and there
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Bible because I believe that it's a lesson for more than just the topic of today, which is homosexuality.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ne? Fine. Yes, it was more like that. Ne? Like 3 months after, I would do even more.
Okay.
Like I would date even 3 to 4 guys.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, okay, fine. And I dated that guy and it was nice. I'm like, okay. And bear in mind, I enjoyed and everything. The guy was treating me nice and everything. And okay. I hated him. Oh, the contract ended in 2016 or so.
Okay.
I'm like, I cannot go back to the farm because that guy said I do not belong there
Okay.
because of how I speak my English and everything. I'm like, okay, fine. It is whereby I'm like, I'm coming back to Gauteng.
Okay.
I came back to Gauteng. Before I came back to Gauteng, I called my uncle. Hey, uncle, I want to come back. My uncle said, you can come. My uncle, how he asked Haiti, he's that person, like, like, you know, he is open-minded
Okay.
based on other things.
Okay.
And he became more like a gift father to me. I came back. I'm like, okay, fine. Where to from here? The lady who led me to Christ, and Pamtembi was like, okay, fine, Bongani, you know that you are my son. I take you as the last born in this house. Yes, ma. She said, okay, then my daughter, she works for Prestige,
Okay.
and you also work for Prestige. I'll talk to her to get you a job.
Okay.
She did that, and I got a job.
Okay.
I worked as a cleaner in Prestige. Years went by, continuing dating and everything.
Okay. So when the years are going by, you are still dating guys.
Yeah.
The same. It's like a pattern now. You get prayed for.
Yes.
You 3 months later you go back. So it's a back and forth type of
Yes.
thing. Okay.
Okay, fine. No? I dated. Okay, fine. Fine. And whenever, and bear in mind, Pamtembi had her own suspicions that,
Okay.
that I'm gay.
Okay.
But then she was like, not my son. Ne? Pumped his daughter was like, how about we can go and tell mom? Ne?
Okay.
It was whereby I confided in her.
Or
That
were you confiding in Mam Tembi's daughter?
yes, ne?
Okay.
That hi sis, I'm gay and everything. So like okay, and also I wanna tell mom also. I'm like okay fine. How about you go and tell her? There. She went and told her. Mom Hindi said, my son is not gay. Bongani is not gay. She asked me, and I'm like, yeah. She said, Bongani, you know what does the Bible says and everything. I'm like, yes. She said, okay, but you are not gay. Fine. Continued. Like I'm with life, going to church and everything. 2019, whereby I got a learnership with Art Cooking Cream, and I was so excited. You see, whenever now you feel that my dreams are becoming true, I can now dress up formally, not only to go to church, but
Yeah.
to be in the office. Okay, fine. I dated one guy.
Okay. So even after you had the conversation with Mam Tembi and everything and things going so well to show that really God is coming through for
Yeah.
you, you are still able to date guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dated one guy.
Okay.
That guy, yeah, he was nice. He became abusive.
Okay.
When this guy whom I dated, he would want to get intimate with me, even if whenever I do not want to.
Okay.
The first time it happened, and he became abusive. He would beat me up.
Okay.
I'm like, I did not sign up for this. In any form of abuse, it's either you just push me or or like a push or what to poke me like ne. I do not tolerate any form of abuse.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't bargain for this. There was one hateful day. That guy, I was just a bit sick that day. He wanted to be intimate and everything. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling like the guy forced himself on me.
Didn't incidences like that trigger you and remind you of what you've been through in the past?
It did. Ne.
Okay.
Fine. The guy beat me up and everything. I'm like, this it is a like in the height of it. I didn't sign up for this. I'm like, bruh, bye bye. Ne. The relationship ended. Yeah. I had some bruises in the neck and everything. I was wearing a shirt. Yeah. I went and checked up on with her Tembi. She saw those bruises. She asked me, Bongani, what happened? I tried to lie to her. She said, Bongani, I was not born yesterday. What happened? And I told her what happened. I actually like you know, open up to her.
Okay.
She said, okay, what do you want us to do? I'm like, nothing. So like, no. How about we open up you kiss? I'm like, no.
So during that time when she was talking to you about opening a case, was she only finding out that you are still dating guys even after the last conversation that you guys had?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she continued and
Okay.
was like, nah, Bongani, I will pray for you. Even if the nene would to mean that I must go crazy. I'll do that. I'm like, okay, fine. We continued with life. 2020, here I was. I'm like, okay, I'm now the independent and everything. I decided to leave home
Okay.
and to go and stay on my own.
Okay.
It was during the COVID times and everything. I had a friend of mine who is openly gay. You'd see the walk, the posture, all of those. Fine. And now, it was whereby, I can say that I lived like a male prostitute or so, whereby I would date people for fun, jump from one guy to another, all of those and everything. Although that at that time I was in a serious relationship with one guy.
Okay.
Although that he was in the picture, but I would do things like that. Fine. A friend of mine was like, no, man, there is a gay pride. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm keen to go. We went for pride. I am now, I'm drinking like alcohol and everything now. Okay. We went for pride and everything. It was whereby the third incident happened in the pride. It was whereby I was intoxicated.
Okay. So by that time now you had started drinking alcohol?
Yes.
Okay.
I was intoxicated and everything. I'm like, I disappeared there with one guy.
Okay.
Whenever I disappeared with that guy, I'm like, okay, fine. In that event, it was whereby I was like, I was also being like, I was being taken an advantage of for them. That guy whom I was with at that time, he forced himself on me.
Okay.
My friend was looking for me. Where did you did this appear to? Whenever I came back, I'm like, okay, fine. I would keep quiet. I kept quiet. Later on in the day, like later on, like in a year, like 2 weeks after, fine. It was whereby I told him what happened. My friend was like, "Is that happened?" So he said, "Okay, fine. Who hit it?" I described the guy. My friend came with a sketch artist. They sketched the guy how he looked. Exactly how I did it. I'm like, this is the guy. My friend went and confronted him. The guy did not even deny. No. My friend took this matter into his own hand, dealt with the guy, crippled him and everything. Fine. Life goes on. It became worse now. No.
Okay.
I'm like, I woke up in one morning. I'm like, this is not for me. I woke up in one morning like I have nothing to protect. I have nothing to defend. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to prove. Because although that I would date guys, but I would feel that this is wrong. Like I would, I want to have my own family, to be a father to. I'm like, this is not on. I called a sister of mine, an elder daughter of I'm Tempi. I'm like, sis, I would like you to get me a pastor who do deliverance. She said, okay, fine. From that time, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to church. This time, I'm going there to give myself to God, not then to give myself to the church, but I'm giving myself to. I started to go to church and everything. Started there. Then I went for a book launch in Durban last year. A friend of mine was like, Bongan, you know that you are called and you've been jumping from one place to another. Live in your purpose so that your opinions can matter. That was the topic. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, I'll just do that. Whenever but then I just came back. His study was like, I found one pastor. She is in Hodiport.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm going there.
Okay.
I went there. The first session, yeah, it was nice and everything. Most of the pastors, they only dealt with the fruits
Okay.
of the problem, not with the roots.
Sure.
Whenever it is whereby now, you can cut a tree from the top. To only if you did not cut the roots, it will grow again and have much. Fine, I went there. The pastor who did deliver hands on me, like then we started to go back.
Okay.
How did I grow up and everything? She dealt with the roots and everything.
Okay.
The first session, after the first session, a lot of things took place in me.
Okay.
The urge to date guys died. The urge of to see guys in a manner that is inappropriate died.
Okay.
Like the addictions that I had, like to watch the pornography, masturbation, died.
Okay.
I took my phone. I called, deleted every guy that I dated and everything. The guy whom I was dating, he said to me, to only if you are going back to church, I'm gone. Prior to that, it was whereby I collapsed in the workshop where I designed.
Okay.
I collapsed, and there is this friend, this a friend of mine, took me to the to the the to the hospital. In the in the hospital, it was whereby there was a pastor who was preaching. The pastor came to the bed where I was. He said, "Sir, can I pray for you?" I refused. I'm like, "No, don't." He left. The next day, he was preaching again. He said, "Sir, can I pray for you?" And I answered, I'm like, "Sir, I can see that you are bored. Ne? Please, ne, stay away from me." The third day, he came again. "Sir, can I pray for you?" I'm like, "Yes." It was whereby, at that point, it was whereby I reached my rock bottom state. I'm like, yes. It was whereby I'm like, fine. He prayed for me. I was discharged. Continued with life as usual until I went to my sister to ask for a pastor.
Okay.
So whenever I also talk to my sister, the second session, it went well.
Okay.
From then, I'm like, I'm done with this life.
Okay.
As I'm like done, and I focused in preaching and everything. With me to preach to the LGBTQ community. Some of my friends were like, to only if this thing is real, we want it. I'm talking now like 5 of my friends left the LGBTQ community because I decided to allow God to use me.
Okay.
And I've been preaching to people how great God is over my life.
That's amazing.
In a way that most of the people who are like, "Bongani Moswena, you again?" I'm like, yes, I was. And I am no longer. Because I've seen God.
How long ago did you start with the deliverance ministry before you got into you ministering to the gay community, like with the lady from Rodipot?
The deliverance took place between September and October
Last year. Okay.
From then, after then, I've just been sharing the gospel with people. I'm like, I cannot keep quiet about what God has done.
Yeah. You are a living testimony. And I feel like you sharing your story with us is really going to help a lot of people out there, those who really want to come out, because I do believe that there are those who are just comfortable in where they are,
Yes.
the same way that I could say I'm comfortable in being attracted to the opposite gender. There are people who are comfortable and they've made peace with the fact that they're attracted to the same gender, right? But there are those who are like you who've always had this battle in and out and they wanted to come out completely. And I do believe that maybe a message like this can really make a difference in that community. Tell me about in closing, right? Because we're almost this is a great testimony, by the way. What was the main reason why? Because I've seen you in a couple of other podcasts as well. What is this one thing that you desire to push out there for people to learn? Ne? And what is next for you from here?
My vision and my mission is that God is real. I've seen him. What is impossible with men, with God is possible. Like, I would like to see the people in the LGBTQ community living that community.
From your experience, sorry to cut you, from your experience, do you believe that the whole community in general, it's something that if people prayed for it and did the work, everybody who is in that community can actually come out if they want?
Yes. With my experience, yes. It is possible because it is not impossible, but it is possible because I've seen it. So God is real, and let's live for him.
Okay.
Yes, because from now on, I will be launching the book,
Okay.
my book,
Okay.
soon.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So I will be launching it,
Okay.
and that book, it is not for me alone, but it is for everybody. Whereby, yeah, I'm out to share what God has done and what he's doing into people's lives. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, my brother, for sharing with us. I wish you all the best. And, I'm so happy for you in the journey that you are embarking on, especially when it comes to you just getting to know yourself and having a personal relationship with God. That is so encouraging to see. I look forward to seeing you flourish because obviously we are going to see you on the streets. I look forward to you one day having a family of your own, getting an invite, hopefully, to your wedding. I really just am rooting for you and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. With that being said, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. This is the Safe Space Chats podcast with Madam Speaker. A big shout out. I actually forgot to send a shout out to Hydro Quench, who is our partner, who is keeping us hydrated. I think maybe it's because I even forgot to put the water here when we started the podcast today. But a big shout out to Hydro Quench. A big shout out to Crown Lioness. A big shout out to E2 Hair Studio. A big shout out to Send Studios, our beloved. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. God bless you. Mwah.